The Xiaomi 15 Ultra has a new 200 megapixel 100 millimeters 4.3 times zoom camera. But are those 200 megapixels images look good if you decide to take a 200 megapixel image when you view it at 1% scale, or maybe even close to it? The answer to that is, well, it is capable of delivering a very high quality image, but it won't give you these crisp, super sharp 200 megapixel images. Now, the results really depend on the image you're actually taking. In fact, the better the micro contrast is in the image, the more actually you'll notice that it looks better when you view it up close. Of course, every single thing is emphasized, whether, for example, if there's the bare interpolation is not good, you're going to see it immediately in certain areas, like, for example, in the hair, for example. For example, this particular image of the giraffe, it actually was looking pretty good at around between 33 and 50%, which is still very impressive. But you can see when you get very close at 1% scale that it's not there. Still very impressive. I mean, the reason you want that to be as good as possible is when you're cropping images. And this is just a patch of the 20 megapixel at 1% scale. Of course, I can just continue scrolling because that's what my screen can actually show me. For example, the shallow depth of field effect, the bokeh look off a bit, right? Yeah, so it's not really great. Here, for example, a situation where you get up close, you can actually see that where there is a pretty bad interpolation because all the details in the hair, for example, you can clearly see it when you get up close. But in the area of the mouth, for example, it looks much better. So it really depends what you are actually shooting. When you actually have issues, it will just be amplified furthermore when you get close to it. So you can see here the interpolation is not good. All the fuzzy details there in there, but here where the mouth is, it looks very nice. At the top you can see I just enlarged it, we are 66% and it looks decent. I mean, especially in the mouth area. Yeah, so overall this limitation, this is 1% and then it just falls, of course, and becomes much worse at 1%. Let's take a look at another image. Again, this is 200 megapixel, you can see it on the right in Photoshop. This is actually where I was very impressed. Because of the micro contrast here, the details and the type of image, I was able to get very close, like even 66%, maybe I would say a bit less, maybe 60% would be really nice. The rock area, but especially the feathers. So the cool thing is that if you decide to crop it, you're still going to get very good images, even at high resolution. Keep in mind that it's important to shoot at good lighting condition. Of course, this will fall apart at low lighting conditions. But here I shot it at daylight, so it looks really good. And also the details, the type of image, I can actually just crop it. This is 50%, looks amazing at 50%. Just imagine, this is like 100 megapixel, yeah, worth of details. And it's crazy, it just looks super sharp and very, very detailed. Amazing, very, very impressive. Right? And if you get closer, 66, I would say it's okay, I give it a pass. Yeah, it still looks very good. So that's why it shows you that depends on the image you're actually taking. The details in the image, it will basically lead to either it looks good or bad. In this case, it looks really good. And of course, when I get to 1%, it will look much less, but not much less, but less. Still very impressive overall, yeah, but let's say if I wanted to get a good image quality, I would probably stay around 60%. That would be probably an optimal, or the maximum one I can actually get without really losing a lot of image quality when I crop. So the bottom line is, depends on the things you want to shoot. The results are very impressive. It just shows that the Leica optics doing a really incredible job in resolving details into that incredible sensor and with this high amount of megapixels, and the results are really impressive overall. Thanks for watching.